Hi, my name is Henry, and today I'm gonna present fossil fuels. So here's my table of contents. So I'll do a brief introduction of fossil fuel and then how it is produced, and also the energy transformation and chemical process, and whether the energy is renewable or not, and then also the advantage and disadvantage of fossil fuels, and also where it is used. So, fossil fuels originate from prehistoric plants and also animals that died millions of years ago. And over time, their remains were buried under layers of rock, and through immense heat and pressure, they were transformed into energy-rich substances. And there are three main types, which are coal, oil, and natural gas, which are listed below. And on the top right corner, there's a graph that is explaining um, how fossil fuels are stored. And next, how it is produced. So fossil fuels are primarily used through combustion. So it is burning them in power plants or engines. And this process produces heat, which boils water into steam. And that steam turns turbines. And then the turbines spins generators to produce electricity. And it's a chain of energy convers conversions, sorry. And it is used widely in electricity generation and heating and also transportation. And there's a graph that introduces the energy transformation process. So it's basically first, fossil fuels contain chemical energy, and then when it is burned, this becomes thermal energy. And then the heat is used to create mechanical energy, which is the spinning turbines, which spins the turbines. And then finally, the generators convert it into electricity for use. So here is a main um, reaction, which is methane. Methane. So it is CH4 plus 2O2, and then it turns into CO2 plus 2H2O and plus heat energy. And sorry, there's I think I duplicated. And this reaction releases carbon dioxide, water, and significant heat. And it powers everything from coal-fired power plants to cars and airplanes through internal combustion engines. And technologies involved include natural gas turbines and oil refineries and also coal power stations. And unfortunately, the fossil fuels are non-renewable. And that means that because they take millions of years to form, and we can replenish them on a human time scale. So once we use them up, they're all gone. So making sustainability is a big concern for the usage of fossil fuels. So as you can see, it takes maybe 100 millions of years to get them. So here's a advantage and disadvantage of the fossil fuels. So on the positive side, it has a high energy density, and then it is a reliable supply and it established infrastructure. And then the about the downsides, which are the they are non-renewable, just as we talked. And pollution and greenhouse gas emissions because they produces gases such as carbon dioxide, and then their impact on climate change. So here is a application for the fossil fuels. So the global usage, so they it is a most dominant energy source worldwide. So it is about 80% of total energy is produced by fossil fuels, and the major producers include the USA, Russia, Saudi Arabia, and China. And as for Canada, Alberta leads in oil sands and also natural gases. For Saskatchewan, it is known for coal mining and coal-fired electricity, which is on the bottom right. And several provinces still rely on fossil fuels for a large portion of their electricity, which is for the most part of the world. And here is a graph that compares the electricity generation share. And here's a reference for my presentation. And I want to conclude before I finish. So to conclude, fossil fuels have played a major role in shaping the industrial world. Their high energy output and availability have made them a cornerstone of electricity generation, transportation, and heating. But there are environmental drawbacks. So because they are mainly a contribution to climate change and pollution. So it means that we cannot rely on them forever, and they are not renewable energy. So while they remain dominant today, the future must evolve cleaner, renewable sources of energy if we want to meet both of our energy needs and climate goals. And that will be my conclusion. Thank you.